Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to Net Impact Bangkok Professional Chapter luncheon talk. Today we are delighted to have our all-time movie stars standing with us here. Kun Toon, Hiranyasub นะครับ Kun Toon is a director of Youth Civic Media Learning Center. His background is he went to Fine Arts Graphics at St. Patrick College and Ballarat Institute of Advanced Education degree at Australia. And he started business ventures in operating marketing projects management and media production company, communications and innovation Asia, and operating the Film and Broadcasting Institute of Thailand. Without further ado, please welcome Kun Toon Hiranyasub.
Okay. Okay, welcome everyone, and thank you very much for attending today's luncheon. And I don't know if I'll be telling you any new things, but I think there are things that we have to be reminded, and I think this is a good opportunity with 20 minutes that I have. So I'll try to make the best of it. But before that, I'd like to give a short profile. Maybe this is going to take about a minute and a half. It's in Thai, but look at the pictures anyway.
International School และระดับอุดมศึกษาที่ประเทศออสเตรเลียเอกโฆษณาหลังจากจบการศึกษาได้กลับประเทศไทยและเปิดบริษัทพร้อมทางด้านเรียนการตลาดเพิ่มเติมมีประสบการณ์การทำงานที่หลากหลายทั้งในและนอกประเทศเป็นบุคคลที่สังคมยอมรับว่าเป็นผู้ที่มีส่วนร่วมและช่วยเหลืองานด้านสังคมร่วมกับมูลนิธิและองค์กรต่างๆได้อยู่ในวงการบันเทิงอยู่ในสังคมและได้ร่วมกิจกรรมช่วยเหลือสาธารณกุศลต่างๆมาเป็นเวลาเกือบ30 ปีนี้ทำให้ได้เรียนรู้ว่าการทำการศึกษาในรั้วโรงเรียนและการอบรมภายในครอบครัวยังไม่พอเพียงที่จะทำให้เยาวชนของชาติเติบโตมาเป็นบุคคลที่มีทั้งคุณธรรมและจริยธรรมพอที่จะส่งผลให้เป็นทรัพยากรบุคคลที่ดีของประเทศต่อไป
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, what I've been doing right now, you most probably witnessed that, I've been through a lot of versatile type of businesses and organizations, working for the government, working for the private sector and so forth. But all in all, what I come down with is very, very simple. I found out that, if people are not willing to work hard, they're not going to get anywhere. And if people are not willing to have what you call a good way of thinking, good way of organizing the train of thoughts, you'll never get anywhere. So this is it. Being different, thinking differently, acting differently, that's going to make you very successful. So today is all about disruptive thinking. There's many, many examples about disruptive organization, disruptive thinking, concepts and all that. But when you try to tell this to the children, to the youth, you have to really make it really simple, and you have to make it harsh. By means of harsh is that you have to be truthful, you have to be honest with them, because they don't have much time to listen to you, and their concentration is very, very limited. Okay? So, I'm not going to be talking about motivation platitude or, cute business, parables. I'm very direct. I'm very controversial, and of course, I like confrontation. So that's a big challenge for me, and I've been doing that for the past 40-something years, okay? And people succeed because of personal growth, not because of academic education, but more or less it helps. It integrated, and you will gain a lot, if you try to learn more. So personal growth doesn't really go with the, personally alone, but it goes with your business. It can take your business, up front. It can save your family. It can give your family what you call development, and also your life. That means your health, including your health too. So everything starts with you. Nothing starts with somebody else or anything else. Everything starts with you. Everything in life gets better because you will make it better, not can make it better. You will make it better. That's the philosophy I'm working on. And the truth I've been telling people and the youth nowadays, this next generation, is that just be honest with yourself. Confront everything, head on. Don't try to detour. Just go head on with it. Ask questions. Be encouraged. Full of encouragement. So the truth, what we have now, we witness is that if we don't have much going on in our life, we're not successful. What does it mean? That's what it meant. You don't have much in your life. You're not successful. Okay? Work is work. Play is play. It will never mix. And you know that. So that's the truth. That's one very good example of the truth. Never mix, work with work with play. And also, what you think about, talk about, do about, that will come about. That will come about. The result will come about. But you have to start. You have to start with you, yourself. And time management, it's really a joke for me, because you can never really try to manage time. Think about it. You cannot really manage time. There's always other consequences. There's always other obstructions that prevail you from managing your time. Okay? So, like for instance, the weather or the traffic. Okay? So the main thing is setting up priorities. You have to set your own priorities. What do you do in the morning when you get up? Before you go to work, after you have lunch, before you go home. That's all setting all priorities. So if human beings have priorities, they will be successful. Okay, and that's the truth. And the last truth I will give you is that if you don't enjoy what you're doing, quit. That's it. Stop. Period. Don't go forward, because you're only punishing yourself. Okay, and you will be miserable. Okay, so when I approach the youth, the next generation, what I found out is that they're not used to this, especially in the Thai culture. They're not used to speaking openly. They're not thinking out of the box more often. They're not using the brain-based learning process. What they do is that they memorize what they learn, the books and all that. The educational process. But once you confront with them, you keep asking questions after questions after questions, sometimes they get pissed off. They get angry, they get mad. Okay? But it's very challenging. That's the start of everything. If you want to get somebody talking to you, you ask a lot of questions. You start the conversation with a question, and then you will get answers coming back. Okay? So this is the main challenge for everyone, for the speaker and also for the listener. Okay, so it's a big challenge, and that's where you originate your new ideas. That's when you start knowing yourself more better. So what you have to do from now on is you have to stop hearing your own voice. Otherwise, you'll never move forward. You're biased. You're always complimenting yourself. You're always pushing down. You're pushing your low self-esteem. So stop hearing your own voice. Stop talking to yourself. It's impossible to talk and listen at the same time. Agree? Yes? Yeah? Okay. We can't do that simultaneously. So you have to stop hearing your own voice and start listening. Listening to other people. Listening to your clients. Listening to your boss. Listening to your lecturer more. When you go home, then you start listening to your members of the family. Okay? And that is what? That is listening. That is absorbing what they think, communicating, with it, and your life will be much, much more fuller. And then this is what you have to get to do. You have to get ready, willing, and able. Okay, the ready, I ask anybody, are you ready to move forward with your life? Are you ready to go through your examinations, your tests, and etc., your work? Everybody say, yeah, I'm ready. But that's it. And then able, are you able? Are you capable of doing it, accomplishing it? Yeah, I can. It's okay. I can go through it. But the energy behind it is willing. Willing is the key word. So if you're not willing to walk forward, if you're not willing to do something to make it different, you'll be where you are today. And that's the honest truth. You're not getting anywhere. You're not moving forward. Okay? Okay, 3 reasons why people are not successful. 3 reasons. I guess you know all this. 1, you're stupid. Nah, not really. You're stupid because you want to be stupid. You don't go to libraries, you don't read more books, you don't educate yourself, you don't improve your knowledge, your skills, whatever, etc. You're stupid because you want to be stupid. And that's the honest truth, okay? And you're lazy. You're lazy because you don't want to compete with anybody else. They said, I'm in my comfort zone, I'm happy. Leave me alone. That's not disruptive thinking. Okay? That's negative thinking because you're lazy. And then third, you don't care enough. You don't care enough. It doesn't mean anything to you. So that's why life goes on. That's it, and you're happy with that. If you're contented with that, it's good for you. But I tell you what, you're not going to be successful in society, in community, in your life, with your health, because you're all this. You're all that you are. You are what you are. Okay? So when I stress to the kids, I said, can you do better? Yeah, I can do better. How? Okay. Stuttered. Okay, I can do better. I can try. Good for you. How are you going to try? I'm going to get up early in the morning. Oh, that's good. Okay, what do you do in the morning? Gee, you ask a lot of questions. I said, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to trigger your conscience so that you can wake up. It's like somebody's sleeping and you wake them up. You slap them in the face. Bang! Oh, I'm awakened. That's it. This is the same thing that deals with your consciousness. Okay? So it's not that you can do. It's will you do it? Will you take the action? Will you say something? Will you change yourself? Will you be different tomorrow? Okay, this is all disruptive thinking. So I sum it all that life is the way it is because you are not willing to do what it takes to be different. Okay, so that's it. That's the punchline. That's the end of it. Period. Okay, because you are not willing. You go through life every day. You get up in the morning every day, and you go through your routine. That's what you do. You don't try to do anything that's radical, that's excited, out of the blue. You can stop your car anywhere and go buy a hot dog or something. That's out of the blue. That's doing something different. But it's it's the self-satisfaction. And when you have self-satisfaction, you will start being more creative. Okay? Okay. Case study number 1. You know this guy. Okay. He said, people never believe me. They don't trust me. They don't have faith in me. And yet, I produce something that people never thought I'd do. Because I have big dreams. I have imaginations. But I didn't produce all of this mechanical or innovative devices. I just have a dream that it can be done. It will be done. So he came up with what you call disruptive imagination, disruptive thinking. Thinking differently doesn't mean that you're black or white. Thinking differently just means that you are different. And you're going to do something and will do something that is different. That's the main thing. So he came out with this reformation of innovative, mechanical, IT technology and all that. This is Steve Jobs. Just think differently. Case number 2. There's 2 brothers in Canada that says, as Em was mentioning to me just now, that he was trying to work out helping out the school at the in Finland or Denmark. Yeah, and people say it's impossible. You cannot change the teenagers. You cannot change the way they think, they live, because this has been, you know, their life. And he did it. He struggled for a little while, and he did it. Now, these two brothers, they came up with this question: how could I change this world? How could I make this world a better place? And they came up with a very simple strategy, you know, selling things and making money from what they're selling, baking cakes, cookies, etc., selling T-shirts, and they came up with a budget. And from this budget, you know, they help the community. From the community, they help their country. From their country, they help other countries. And this is amazing. This is a big celebration. This is not a concert. It's a big celebration where, you know, 30,000, 40,000 children from all around many continents attended. And you will not believe it, Al Gore, the ex-president of the United States, he attended. Why? Because he sees the importance of disruptive thinking, the way we should teach the younger generation to think.
All work together to make the world a better place for everybody. We all must do it together. We need all of you, the few, the dedicated, coming together to change this world.
This is a very, very good example. This is a study case how two brothers aged 17 and 18 can do something that is different, can do something that's disruptive, and they made a name for themselves, okay? Another very good example of all these people. These are people from the past. I'm not saying they're geniuses or anything. They came at the right time, and they do the right thing, and this is what we have today. All the innovative, disruptive thinking, all the products, all the machineries, this all came from where? From all our natural resources. They didn't take it from other planets. Okay? It's all here on this earth. Okay? So they came out with this all. Okay, last case study is all these countries here, Singapore, Korea, and Japan. They lost the war. They're the poorest country in the world, and yet, after certain years, they rethink, they reposition themselves, and what do they have now? They're leaders. Leaders in economy, leaders in technology, etc., etc. Okay, you don't believe me? Let's go back to the history. Okay? Okay, China might be the main focus of Asia now, but the most admired countries is South Korea. Okay, as I mentioned, 1950s, they are a broken up country. They're the poorest country in the world, and yet they made a return. Their return is very simple. They go for the blueprint for success. Everybody's born with a blueprint. You know, once you're born, what first thing you're born with, you know, is your father's or your parents' statement. We are poor, study hard, etc. You know, you got to work hard, go to school, etc. That's the blueprint. Okay. And they have this group called Shable, okay, and they form together. It's an industrial organization, different companies, different industry, manufacturers. They get together and they write a policy and present that to the government. and the government say, hey, that's a very good idea. When are you going to accomplish this? They say, in the next 50 years. And they did it. After 50 years, they accomplished that. Okay? They focused on export strategy, they built quality control, and then at the end of the 50th year, they became the example of the cutting edge innovation and high quality. Okay? You know all this. You know all these people. They're in your homes. They're in your car. You're driving it. You're using it. Okay? Disruptive thinking. Government helped them out. Okay? With all these people all around them, the workforce. Nobody has this obligation, but they're doing it because they think it's the thing to do then. It's the action they have to take to make their little country, their little island, develop. And look where they got themselves to. And then at the end, people mostly say, oh, this is entertainment. What's it got to do with us? Entertainment. Okay, the K-pop movement, etc., etc. I'll show you the big map. The big map is right here. And back in 1950s and 1960s, they started, this Chabo people started manufacturing, started this multi-sector integrated industrial plant. And they presented that to the government, and the government accepted that and said, this is good. When is it going to happen? In the next 50 years. But as you go, 1970s, what happened? They came out with the cars, they came out with the washing machine, and it's not very good. So they call all the products back to the factory, remodel it or destroy it, and come up with a new, better, improved machines. Okay? And technical innovations in the 1980s, and then 1980s, 1990s, and in the 2000, the year to them, they came up with this, this is a very good marketing example for marketing, is that, they market their products through movies and their music, through the entertainment industry. That is wow, for me anyway. It's a very good strategy, okay? But look what happened to them. People said it's impossible. You're just a small island. How could you become a leader in the economy in Asia, especially? There you are. This is a very good example, okay? This is a study case. Okay, Korea moved to a strong economy by creating a vision for a roadmap to success. They start thinking, they start doing it. Doing diversified industrial focuses, okay? In order to counter negative perception, quality was the prime consideration. Quality. Said, you can't be, what America is producing, okay? China's producing poor quality products, but people still buy them in mass volume, okay? Once the quality was accepted, Korean byproducts innovation was seen as the next step. As the next step to evolve the industry. And then at the end, this is all PR, this is all marketing. Okay? So, it's time we get change now. It's time, are you convinced I am? I don't know. But at least when I show these slides to the children, to the youth, over 400, 500 kids, they said, we want to do something, but we don't know what. I said, you have to start talking, you have to start thinking, you have to do something. Because if you don't, it's not going to come out. So we divided into groups and they work together, okay? And I told them, if you have limited thinking, the result will be limited. That's it. That's the bottom line. So you have to dream, have a big dream, big imagination, be more creative, be outgoing. So you start designing your own life by your thoughts, the way you think, how you think, when you think. You can think at any time. Before you go to bed, you're in the toilet, you're in the restroom, okay? Anyway, you're driving, you can think, okay? The thoughts are very important. And then you have to change your wordings, your languages. Either you learn more or you change it, with more grammar or whatever. Go in with the flow. If you go to, if you're talking to the next generation, you have to use their languages. If you're talking to the business people, you have to use their terminology. If you're talking to your customer, you have to say, please, don't you? That's what you do, okay? Change your words. Your thought comes first, change your words, and then go for the action. Go for the goal. Implementation, okay? Because once your attitude is changed, or what you call program, you want to do something, Your attitude is there. Attitude controls the B. The B is the behavior. It controls your behavior. It changes your daily life routine. Instead of never looked after your health. You said you want to look after your health this year. After work, where do you go? You go to the park. You go to the health club. And start exercising and start improving your own health. You start by doing it. Okay. So actually, you need an attitude to change your behavior, and then you will have the new consequences you expected. Okay. Okay. We have a little time to do the workshop, but if you do have time, okay. I always tell people, I don't tell people how to think. They have to design their own life. Okay, so I'd say, how would you like to accomplish? What other things you would like to accomplish before you die? 5 things, 10 things, the bucket list. Go for it, make a list. Okay, you ask yourself the question, what would you like to do before you die? Second, what would you really like to do if you have time and more money? Okay. Then it will start triggering your creativity, the way you think. It will change that. Once you realize who you are, what you're doing, what you want, what you expect out of life, then your disruptive thinking comes to work. Okay? Okay. Okay. And then I have another workshop, what I believe in. In school, what do I believe in? Teachers, friends, relationships, sports, music. In your office, what do you believe in? Some people say, I believe in God. Good for you. I'm there for you. But you have to believe in something. If you don't believe in yourself, you have to believe in something. And once you start believing something, you become disruptive. You become creative. You start thinking of things that you never thought before. But you have to stop hearing yourself. You have to listen more. That's what I'm trying to say. These people went through the ordeal. They struggled through life. He was a set trade tycoon, and then he failed because there was a crisis, economic crisis, and everything went down to the bottom. So he started selling sandwiches, and that's what 11 years, 12 years ago, and now he's still selling sandwiches. He said, I don't want to go back where I was in a big, huge building. Beautiful offices, and I've got 100-something people working with me. He's satisfied with this. He came up with, hey, why don't I do something for myself and for my staff? All his staff are now working for him. And I don't know how much he's making, but he's happy. He's happy. Okay, a golfer, he was a caddy. He was a caddy, and he said, I have no funding, how am I going to be a golfer? But through his observation, the way he thinks, the way he talked to people, approached people, he started having what you call coalitions, people who would help him, partners. They saw the good in him, they saw the gift in him, the talent in him, and they said, hey, why don't you, it's only a couple $1,000, I can get you through schools, golfing schools and all that. And he went through that, but he had the willpower, okay? And this fella is too young. He's only 15 or 16 years old. But now his business is running throughout China. People say it's impossible. Whatever is impossible, smile. You are impossible. If you can break through yourself, the low self-esteem, develop something of disruptive process, you're impossible. Okay, that's what I'm injecting to all these youth, these children. Okay, more achievers. David Beckham, they think differently. They want to be different. They want to be people who's different, are different. Okay, so these are very good examples of these people. Actually, this is what I teach. Okay, this is what you call think out of the box, but we're not going to have that exercise today. I don't think I have much time. And also, this is what I go through with the younger generations. Okay, if they have similar design than what I have. Okay, these are all exercises. Okay, and okay, 6 thinking habits. All this. But right now, I think I will have about maybe 10 minutes left. Yes, okay. 5 minutes? 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes, here we go. Okay, you know about this. Okay, I'm not gonna go through this, but I play games with the kids. I do the workshops with them, and they came out and I give them the hats, 6 colored hats, and we played the games. Within 20 minutes, you know, voila, they know the meaning of 6 colored hats. Edward the Bono, you know, I really like it. So anyway, I go through that with them. But all in all, for a person to be complete, successful, you need these 3 elements: the M, the E, and the S. And the result is the action. Okay, the M, if you yourself, look at yourself, if you yourself, okay, analyze yourself, if you're an intellect, you're mentally intellect, you're smart, you're good. It's really hard to get along with other people. That's the truth. Okay? E, if you're more emotional, on the emotional side, you're artistic, that's gonna happen? You'll be in your own world, your own realm, but you'll never be able to communicate with the other people. You see, that's because you have more than what you need. More intellect, more emotions, and then the S is for what? The S is for, if you've been through the Landmark Forum, you might know this. Okay, the S is for the spiritual side. You go out meditating, you believe in God, you have faith in the universe, etc., etc. Okay, you're more spiritual side. Still, again, you cannot go through life like that. Okay, it has to be balanced. It has to be balanced. The mental side, the emotion side, the spiritual side, it has to be balanced. Then you will have the perfect A. The perfect A is the action. Okay, that's what I'm doing now. I have to thank all these people, all the books that I've read. They gave me a lot of insights. Okay, this is what we're doing. This is disruptive thinking. This is a very good example. This is what I'm starting out right now for Thailand. I'm branding the country with all these products, the infrastructure, retail, hospitality, business, products, and then the media. I'll go very fast because I have 5 minutes. These are the flagship projects that we're working on, okay? So what you call you've heard the heliport, okay? Jump pads and all that, okay? These are the infrastructures that the government should try to initiate, you know, in here in the city, because we have to be able to work with when the ASEAN is open next year. Okay, we come into existence. This is something you know, they can have, and it's different. And this is also Siam Shophouse Quarter, just like in Singapore. Okay, where there's 3 floors. The upper floors could be utilized as accommodations. The second floor could be utilized as the what you call offices. Okay, and then downstairs is the retail shops, your showroom. Okay, this is you're doing business, you know. So this is like in Europe. The far picture on your right, that's in Europe. You know, we can come up something with like that. You know, Singapore has it. You know, Bangkok is the hub. Thailand is the hub. I don't see that coming, but I hope it will. I hope it will. So something different. Think something different, and be innovative. You know, and present them. This is what I like. I like going out to the east, Isan. You know, Isan is the east of Thailand anyway. So anyway, we're not doing anything about their expertise. They're very good with their handicrafts and all that. Why don't we put them into the limelight? You know, go all over the world, have a fashion. Because many designers came here, and many designers bought something from Thailand, from Isan, okay, and have them made out here. And but you know, nobody attempt to even start up, you know, a business for them. But so they're just laborers, you know. We can have designers in the future. This is what we're doing. We're talking to these designers, okay, to come and help design Thai style, Isan style. You know, that's could be a brand name, okay. Okay, hospitality business, Blue Moon. Ever heard of Feng Shui Hotel? You go in there, you're going to be regenerated with powers and energy and so forth, okay? Okay, outlets, you know, you can go for acupuncture, yoga, diet counseling, meditation, etc., etc. This is a new trend. Okay, it's like a what you call a boutique hotel, but be more creative. This is what we want to do, and we don't have the capital to do this. We don't have the investment to do this, but we're dreaming about it. My people are dreaming about it. We want to do this. We want to present these proposals to investors. Okay, we can have even this essential type of design for hotels. Okay, different type of styles. We have the river, so utilize that. This could be a showroom. Okay, as you can see, none of the furnitures here are the same, and the reason why, because we need each room to be different, each room to be a showroom. Okay, so when people come in and stay here, buyers, merchandisers, purchasers from all over the world, they say, okay, I need, you know, this type of furniture, I need this type of chair, you know, can I order about 300 of them? This is start rolling, okay? People start working it again, okay? This is how you interpret, you know, disruptive thinking, okay? Oh, jet is coming, the yurt. They have this in California, in the United States, okay? Why can't we have them out here in Kauai or somewhere? You know, this is just ideas, injecting ideas, you know, new ideas to them. Okay, medical tourism is a niche. Recovery, okay? Science and medical world get together and we come up with this. Okay, this could be somewhere in near the seaside, down in Phuket, down in Pattaya, or in anywhere elsewhere. It's a recovery wellness center rather than being hospitalized. Okay, and then Switzerland has a famous brand called Rolex. Why can't we have something for Thailand, made in China? Export quality from Thailand. As you can see, this is all you know, unique idea thinking. Okay, even this sustainability, giving people, you know, more opportunity to grow something and make something out of it rather than just sell it. Can we produce a bicycle that's made out of bamboo? Can we do that? It's only a dream, but we try to come up with something that's different. Okay. Disruptive thinking doesn't mean that, you know, it's only in your head, only on papers. You have to put it to work. You have to make it happen. Okay. Okay. Even halal food. Did you know that, you know, the Islamic world, they have Islamic decorations for the women, for the girls, materials. It's all halal. They call it halal. So why don't, you know, since Bangkok is going to be the hub of ASEAN, why don't we have the halal department store? Everything equipped there. People from the Middle East come over, businessmen, you know, buy everything from this department store. This is an idea I can give you guys. You know, it's what you call disruptive thinking. So don't talk more, talk less and more action. That's what I want. Okay. So even the jewelry in Thailand, you know, Siam jewelry is a very good name. Okay. Okay. I'm also working with the government on you know, bilateral investment here in Thailand. So I proposed to them that, you know, in Phetchaburi, another province out down south, you know, we can have that as the what you call a zone tax-free for people who want to film here in Thailand, shoot their documentaries, do photography, drama series, or even movies. Okay, it's all there. And we also do the design for them. And they said, why not? You know, if they come over just like in New Zealand, Louisiana, in Canada, people go in and film, you know, tax rebate, 30 to 35%. Malaysia's doing it. The only country's not doing it is Thailand. But okay, we're getting there. We will get there. Okay. Okay. This is all a dream. This is all a picture. Visualize. Okay, we could be the Hollywood of the East. We could be Bollywood of the South. Okay, so there you are. You can expand your ideas. We can have the train running from Bangkok to Hua Hin, past Phetchaburi, and it's all, very luxury. Okay, and at the same time you have the chance to do a tour. Okay, even Perak. I don't know. Anybody know the Prince Perak? Okay. Yes, the famous Prince race, car racing. Okay, he's very famous abroad. Grew up in England. Very famous abroad, but nobody hardly knows him here. Okay, but he's a branding for Thailand, because we are not advertising, marketing here in Thailand. We're marketing all over the world. So with his name, we can get Thailand kicked off elsewhere in the world, other continents. Okay, so this is the overview. We have tons and tons of crazy ideas. We have tons and tons of disruptive thinking put on papers, on slides, on PowerPoints. Okay, and what we're doing is volunteer work. This is all volunteer work. We like to keep up these design, this creative, innovative thinking, and push it out. Whoever wants to do this, we do it so that we can brand Thailand in the future. So there you go. So this is more as a PR work. Okay, making waves. That's my company, ASEAN Entrepreneurs Gateway, and this is what you call the Powerhouse Initiative. Okay, and these are the people I work with. So think different, be disruptive, don't fear. Don't fear. Okay. You see, there's two answers in this world. It's yes or no, good or bad. It's never maybe. So what have you got to lose? It's either they reject you or they don't. Okay? So go for it. Be different. Like Steve Jobs, like Bill Gates, like many other people before us. Okay? So is this the end or is it the beginning? Thank you very much.
And it's now the Q&A session. Anybody has questions?
Don't speak all at the same time.
So, everybody, hi, I'm M from the Executive MBA 2015. My question is, I used to do this in Copenhagen just for problem youth. And the question that I usually would get when I actually did a session with a teenager would be, "You're not in my shoes. How do you know how I feel?" Or it's easy for you to say because you're already there. So how would you ever understand what I'm going through? And you ever get that, or how would you answer that question?
Very, very simple. You have to, you see, you've been kids, you've been teenagers, and you grew up. Okay, you have to ask the same question you ask yourself at that age. You have to ask them the same questions. You have to tell them that, hey, I've been there before, right? And I went through it, and now look where it got me. Okay, so I was rough as you. I was redneck. I was a drunk like you. I like to try marijuana, grass. I like to try alcoholic drinks. I like to be a bad boy, and I did. But I limited myself. I told myself that you have to have integrity, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to test it out. I'm going to try it out, and that's it. I draw the line. You know, there's a limit to everything. So if you tell you as an example, as a bad boy and became a good boy, you're a very good example for them, a good role model for them. What is happening in each country right now is that there's more bad role models, adults, from adults, that influence the youth behavior. So, you know, you tell them, you know, it's not all bad. If you learn how to think thoroughly, and you just get what you went through. You are the role model. You are the example for them. You can relate to them. So it's more, that's communication, I think. That's the only way how I work with the kids, is that I told them I went through the same thing. I told them my life story. You know, they all pull out their handkerchiefs and, you know, wipe their tears. But yeah, I said I had an adventurous life. I went from Bangkok to Dar es Salaam, East Africa, and came back to Bangkok, and then went to Australia, and then I came back to Bangkok, and I went to United States. And then when I start working, I go to Frankfurt, I go to Hanover once a year for the exhibition. I just want to try everything new every year. I just want to be different every year. And I enjoy it. And at the age of 60 right now, I think I didn't accomplish more than other people, but I think I am contented with my adventurous life that I think not very many people went through it. I did, and I love it. I really appreciate life. And that's what I'm giving back to them. So if you tell them that, you know, hey, life isn't just school, life is just a routine, you graduate, you work, you have a family, and blah, 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 and that's it. You know, life is full of it. So make the best of it. That's what I told them. One time, a reporter here in Thailand asked me, what do you think of you know, children smoking? I'm blunt. I think they should try it. At least they know what is good, what is bad. It's not a recommendation or they're being told by their parents that it's bad. They experience it and they say, oh, I don't like it. I like it, but I'm too young for it. Okay? There's the good side and there's the consequences that follows. So be yourself, talk to the kids, and just be open. That's what kids now, this generation is expected. They don't want, you know, bias or, you know. Anything else? Any question?
The groups of students that you work with,
Yes.
and the children, where do they come from and how do they, how do you contact them?
Okay. What I do with the United Nations SCAP, UN SCAP, last March we did a 4-day. Before that, I did many other districts. I worked with the schools, and then last March I worked with the SCAP. They said, you know, if you think your courses is good, you know, let's try it out for one time. So that's what, it's a challenge for me, but I did it. And we went from this March 17th to the 20th. And they took, and the children came from all different schools. I went to each school. I went to about 10 schools. And I said, you know, can you send your volunteers, your students, you know, as volunteers to come and because it's at no cost. So I went to 10 schools and I expect about maybe 20 would turn up, 20 from each school. Only 10 turned up. So I said, I'm not getting coordinate help from them, assistance from them, support from them. So a friend of mine said, put it through the network, the line. And I have many organizations I'm connected with. And you'd be surprised, 100-something kids, youth came and registered, and within 48 hours, and they all came from 37 educational, institute, and that's crazy for me. I never thought it would work out that way, but try out the impossible, you get that. And what we teach them, we gave them, not teach them. What we gave them is process of thinking, similar to this one, and getting to know themselves, identify who they are, and then you can inject them with the civic knowledge, letting them know that this is your right to be a citizen of this country, And you have to also, know that, you have to be a good citizen, how to be a good citizen. There's many examples. And after that, we tell them, if you're interested, would you like to PR? Would you like to develop it? Would you like to tell other people, how good this course is? We're going to give you an orientation of media production. So there's 5 medias altogether that we taught them in 4 days. TV, broadcasting, radio broadcasting, print ads, and I don't have time, but if I can show you that anytime. And they came up with event and activities. Event in what you call malls, and department stores and all that. And the activity they came up with is, outside at the building. Like, how police, if you don't cross on the crossing line, the zebra crossing, they fine you. Or you don't park where you're supposed to park, they fine you. So in Thai we call that jappi, okay? But the kids came out with this idea, say japtu. Japtu means, if somebody does anything good, they go up and say thank you for being a good role model for us, okay? We don't have anything to give you, and to show our appreciation, we give you this T-shirt. And that's it. That's it. Okay, I'm going to get all the funding I can get for you. It's just awesome the way they think, the way they want to see this world change. And I'm here to help them, and I hope you will support them if they come around too. So this is how I started, and right now we're doing this big project with the BMA, Bangkok Metropolitan Authority, cleaning up the city. And the kids are doing it. We're going to accumulate about 30,000 to 40,000 youth in 50 districts in Bangkok. And if this goes good, this reform campaign goes good for a year. And incidentally, this Friday, I'm working with the Chai Patana and the Tokapat Foundation. And if everything goes good, it's going to be presented, proposed to the Princess Patel. And if she authorizes it next week, it's going to be something good for us, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it for a year. This reform campaign is going to go for a year, and we're not going to need much funding. We just need a lot of in-kind contribution. Okay, that's how we work. So we're just moving a step forward. Thank you.
Any questions?
Can I ask myself a question?
Thank you very much, ครับคุณทูนนะครับ As a token of appreciation, we have a certificate for you. So please give a round of applause to